Rastafarian way of life.
Oh yeah, because some people are like, oh man, there's so many things behind it. They're like, oh, being Rastafarian, you hear people say Bati boy and all this homophobic and blah, blah, and I'm like, that's not the reason why I joined. That's not the reason why I'm even considering myself to be a Rastafarian.
Right.
You know, I was as simple as, like I said, it was just very much like, oh, religion failed me. They lied to all of us. And at the end of the day, when you think about Yeshua, all he preached was love anyway.
Uh,
So, and if people say, well, the only way through the Father, blah, 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 you know how they say that in Christians, the only way through the Father is through the Son. And all. I'm like, okay, I'm not against that. And for anyone who's about that life, I'm like, more power to you. But it's back to what I said about Yeshua just being a visionary, you know,
mm,
a guide. That's it. So I feel like when Yeshua said that, of course, we as the people misread it. The only way through the Father is by me is simply saying like, oh, just these principles. That's
mm.
it.
Okay.
You know, following these principles, you know, love thy neighbor, know thyself. And when you really think about it, why would you not want to know who you are?
That's true.
You know, I feel like most of the time when they talked about possession and stuff, I feel like it wasn't necessarily possession. It was more so people just not knowing who they are, not having any type of filter or self control. So it was just very barbaric. Just people just was wild out here in these streets. So I feel like that's we needed not necessarily a savior,
Mm.
but a guide at that time. And I still we still kind of do, especially with, don't get me started on the presidency.
Yeah.
I feel like we still kind of behind, but I'm not going to ignore that we came a long way. You know, because back in the day, let's be real, LGBTQ was it was illegal just being who you are. And in some countries, they still would just murder you for just being different.
Hmm. I think
So
one of
if
those
somebody,
places is
hmm,
one of them countries in Africa. They literally just um I think they passed a law to where you get jail time for openly being gay,
yeah, it's kind of
which is
sad because it's like,
insane.
what are like, what's really happening? Like, what harm is really taking place? Even down to the whole drag king, queen or king, both actually thing. And it was like, well, it's overly sexualized and it's not good for the children. Why are your children at this club?
Right.
Isn't it past their bedtime? Is what I would all.
Exactly.
I don't. I mean, that's why I told you I have no shame in my game, streaming or not. I'm gonna keep it real, and I don't have to do a whole lot of slander. Nobody. I'm just keeping it real. Like, why? Like, I get what you're saying, and I'm not saying they're wrong. You're like, oh, it's overly sexualized because I've seen all types of shows, and you would think it's burlesque, you know. But it's like, yeah, but that's because it's not a children's show. These are not sock puppets. You know what I mean? I don't know. So that's just a little bit. I mean, I can go on and on, but because some people find it interesting, like, oh, so you're Rasta, but you have a different sexuality, and I'm like, yeah, because I'm all about love.
Right.
That's it. That's all. Agape, unconditional love. Well, who do you follow? Who do you answer to? Holy Spirit. What is Holy Spirit to you? Collective consciousness. So, what does it mean to sin? To do anything that's going to be harmful to yourself or others?
What does it mean?
No, no. If they were to ask me, like, what does it mean to sin? I would say to do anything harmful to yourself or others,
Mm.
and I mean anything. You know. Well, why is that a sin? Because it shortens your life. It's like if the whole purpose is evolution, then you'll be going backwards if you're being a bully to people because they're different. or if you're killing people just because you want to see how much control you can have over another human being. That's what I say. Don't get me started, man. Anyway,
I hear you.
yeah. What about you? What's your spiritual foundation?
Um, I don't know. I'm open to I don't necessarily have a spiritual foundation. I wouldn't say I'm a spiritual person, but I'm a person who's willing to learn and be educated about any and everything spiritual.
That's real.
I'm not closed off from it, but I don't think I necessarily am.
Radical into all of it. You're not an
Yeah,
extremist.
my bad. This match is it's a little intense.
It's intense.
Yeah, they made me have to go to my main. I hate having to play my main in quick match.
Who's your main? Because right now mine is obviously shit.
I am a champion Invisible Woman in Cloak and Dagger. Um, do I have any other champions? Um, Lord on Namor, Scarlet Witch, Squirrel Girl, obviously. Um, I got a few lords, but my
Yeah.
two champions are Invis and Cloak and Dagger.
So when I first started the game, I wanted it to be um, I don't know, like Storm or somebody. I wanted it to be an X Man,
Mm-hmm.
but I couldn't find one that I was happy with. So
Oh.
Penny Parker
Mm-hmm.
and Human Torch for me,
Penny Parker and Human Torch. Okay.
and that's only
Penny
because
Parker can be a great tank. An annoying one too.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's all about
I just I chose them because they I'm a very calculated fighter.
mm,
Like I know you. I mean, obviously, when we're in battle, you're not watching how I'm fighting, but I'm very calculated. So while everybody else
yeah,
is,
I see how you're moving with Johnny.
oh, you did, you see it?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know because I know the battle is pretty crazy sometimes. Um,
Yeah. Okay. I want you to go to the plus sign under your name and then press R1 and accept my request.
okay,
That'll make it easier to send you an invite rather than doing it through the party.
the plus sign under my name.
What screen are you on?
Um, I guess this is the lobby right now.
Right, where you go to load into a match.
Hmm.
Yeah, on the left side of the screen, right under your name, any of the plus signs. But I should still be able to. Okay.
Oh, okay, I see it now. Remember, I said I I don't really playing it like that, but yeah, I don't know what I was saying. But those are my two characters, Human Torch and Penny Parker. And that's only because I'm a calculated fighter. You say you see me, so I don't
Yeah,
just run into
I
battle.
see how
You
you're
know what I mean?
moving.
Yeah.
hmm Technically, you could somewhat be like that with Storm, and she provides a little more value because she has an ability where you give the entire team within your radius 8% damage boost.
Yeah, and I think she has a shield too, don't she?
You get shield when you use your wind blades. Every hit that you get with your basic attack when you're in your wind form, you get over shield.
Mhm. So, and this could just be me,
Mm-hmm.
but I think you pretty much know by now how like that I'm very spiritual, whatnot, whatever. So I look at battle in the games the same way. I feel like you need three um, major, I don't know what you want to call it, tactics.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, where you need healing, defense, and a strong attack.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like with most of these characters, they had to have maybe two out of three,
Well,
but not all
people
three.
normally go two tanks, two DPS, two healers, just to like even it out. But I'd say it's better to strategize based on what the enemy is running,
Yeah.
because each character has a different playstyle. Like Venom is a tank, but he's a brawl dive tank. Whereas like Magneto and Strange, they're shield tanks. Shield tanks are the tanks that stay on the front lines and try to create space for everyone else behind to follow up. Like if you're pushing point or you're on convoy.
Okay.
Whereas as you can see what Venom is doing, he's a dive brawl tank. He's diving straight in.
Yeah. Yeah, I could never do that.
Yeah.
I think DC Universe, I could do that with gadgets.
Gadget, 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 gadget.
Well, you played DC Universe before, right?
I have.
Yeah. Um, the tech, I treat tech like it's a tank.
Mm, okay. Where are you? I haven't seen you all met. Oh, there you are.
Yeah. I told you I try
Hello.
to very calculated. More than anything, I try to stay out of sight. Or I'll go all the way above them because I know people can't shoot straight ahead. Like they can't shoot above their head, like straight above their head, if that makes sense.
Yeah, some people they don't look up a lot of times.
Yeah, most of them are cocky. Let's be real. So I'll go right above them and just start wearing them out.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time they realize, it's too late. The Penny Parker, she was cool, but I couldn't figure out the mobility. Well, I could, but it wasn't.
I mean, it's just like I guess situational awareness. As long as you can you just I guess jump on the wall, use your webs to sling onto the wall.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And, or run on the wall. But I was like,
I've seen some sick Penny plays. She can be
yeah,
very annoying.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I do like the traps.
But just like every character has their own playstyle, they all have a counter.
Yeah.
Groot sadly fully counters Penny.
That's what I meant to ask you. So, how do you feel about religion?
Religion?
Yeah.
Um, I don't cast hate on anything, but mm, I don't
I know, right?
necessarily have any negative feelings towards any religion. I personally do not have a religion or don't follow any religion. Um,
Like that. That was OD, whoever that was. That's what I'm saying. Like they, and they expect for me to be like, "Oh no," and throw the controller and all that. I'm like, no. It's just I look at you like, okay, you're doing too damn much.
right.
Like it's a game. Calm down.
Damn Ultron.
Who's that?
Read?
Was that Hulk? No, who's doing all
Yeah,
that?
the big green one. Yeah.
Mm. Anyway,
Yeah. To answer your question, I don't feel about religion.
yeah,
Um, I don't. I also don't know if I'm open to following one.
yeah.
I just like where I am. I like being open to learning and just having debates and conversations, but I don't necessarily want to follow any.
Mhm. So it sounds like you're just on your own spiritual journey, as you should be.
Mhm.
My only advice to that is take your time,
Yes. Yes. That I am definitely doing.
because most of it, I'm gonna be honest with you, it feels like an occult. I told you, I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
it real. It's just an organized occult
Mm.
without the poisonous Kool-Aid or whatever.
Do it, Reed.
Mm.
Do it, Reed. He did it.
I'm not gonna lie, this Hulk looks kind of cool with all these colors.
Mhm. He's doing a lot.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I'm convinced. People get pissed off and they get on this game and they be trying to take out their anger.
Nah. In my experience, this game will piss you off even more. This is not what you turn to for peace.
That's what I would think. I would think if you're already mad and you get in the game and then you get somebody who, like I
You're
said
just
before,
gonna get
lives on here.
more upset.
Huh? What'd you say?
I say you're just gonna get even more upset.
Yeah, especially if you get under here and it's somebody, like I said, they live on the game, they're just gonna wear you out. You're gonna be pissed off about that.
Yup.
And they're gonna keep doing it because they're getting a kick out of it. I say I leave a lot of players not necessarily happy with my reactions because I don't give them anything. I'll say let's go if we win, but that's about it. So you big on signs?
Sorry.
Are you big on signs?
Big on signs.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you mean the zodiac signs?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if I am. Um, Mainly because I judge it based on myself. Um, I'm a Gemini, and I hear what Geminis are supposed to be, and judging myself, I'm not entirely what everyone thinks or says Geminis are.
I feel that. So I'm not big on the signs. I'm just kind of like I am, however, big on the elements. So you being Gemini, you being air, tells me everything I need to know as
What
far
does
as you
that even
being,
mean?
huh?
I said, what does that mean?
So when I say elements, I'm looking at it. Well, to me, it's literal, but symbolically, it's just symbolic. I don't know how to make that any more simple. So, like for instance, okay, so I'm playing with this fire character, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fire would be very ambitious, outgoing, because it's bright,
Mm.
energetic, because it's always moving.
I'm guessing air is calm,
You
cool,
say it again,
collected.
what'd you say?
And I'm guessing air is calm, cool, collected. I never did research
Well,
on
kind of.
elements.
Remember, you can have a hurricane and it's not necessarily calm.
True.
So I would notice that when I said fire, I didn't really say calm or anything. I say energetic, but then even with being energetic, there's levels to it.
Right.
You know, you can be just chill and there's still energy, but it's more like um, you're just mellow. So with air, I would say air is very much intellectuals, sometimes being in their heads
Mm.
a little too much. Like you think about headspace, think about abstract.
True.
Um, Airy in the sense of sometimes being out of touch with emotion,
Mm-hmm.
but emotion would be very much water, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what people don't really pay attention to is it's H2O. So that oxygen is still up in there, which means water can go through a loop, just like air can go through a loop. So how air can get stuck in their heads, any water signs can get stuck in their emotions.
Ah, makes sense.
Um, Fire, how fire needs air or oxygen to survive or to exist in a way, depending on the circumstances. Because you can have propellers, not propellers, but like rocket ships and stuff.
Mm.
Um, and stars is nothing but a fiery, gassy ball anyway. Um, so depending on the circumstances, but still, that would just say that air can help fire put some of that energy into focus
Mm.
because fire have a tendency of being all over the place if it's not controlled. Earth is grounding,
Mm.
so very supportive. Any earth signs, I would just say, okay, they're very supportive. Um, can be a little too blunt at times, but then you think about a rock or a stone,
Mm.
so they'll hit you with the truth, and sometimes it'd be a little too heavy. I feel like reliable
Mm.
for the most part because you think about solid ground, but also how honesty is extremely important to them.
Mm.
So yeah, that's just the name a little bit. I can keep going on and on, but just to name a little bit.
Mm.
So yes, I'm with the signs and stuff. Obviously, I mean it'd be kind of a contradiction for me to be so spiritual and not be into somewhat of the signs, right? Wow, they're really going. Oh no, the door.
They're gonna come through here. Okay. Yeah. They're gonna come through.
So not the signs, but the elements. I'm big on the elements,
Okay.
but I also consider myself to be a spiritual alchemist. You know what an alchemist is, right?
Spiritual alchemist.
Mhm.
Okay.
You know what an alchemist is, right?
Not entirely, no. I'm about to research it though.
Okay. I could have gave you the simple version too.
Okay. Educate me.
Oh, I was waiting for you. I don't mind people researching. I thought maybe you were like, because I'm the same way. I thought maybe
Yeah.
you were researching, so I was gonna be part. But I can tell you if you want. I
Um,
mean, it's up to you. Okay, so you know what chemistry is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so alchemy is very much about transforming something that's crappy. I'm gonna keep it simple
Mm-hmm.
into something that's almost perfect.
Almost
Like how
perfect.
they said turning lead into gold, right? But the reason why I said turning something crappy into something that's almost perfect is because that's really towards anything.
Mm-hmm.
So for spiritual alchemy versus someone who's just an alchemist, they have a laboratory
Mm-hmm.
where they're mixing chemicals, chemists, right? Sometimes herbs, right? Either way, they're trying to, like I said, transform something that's crappy into something that's almost perfect. So if you're sick, they're mixing herbs and stuff. Wow. Um, for you to get for healing, obviously. And when people say, well, magic isn't real, I would say that's bullshit. Because when you think about the pharmacist,
Mm-hmm.
that's nothing but pills and potions. So for a spiritual alchemist, I'm more concerned about transforming the soul,
Mm-hmm.
getting rid of anything that's going to weigh me down, type ish, and focusing on my higher self or being the best version of myself. So it's almost like I took the whole purpose of life being evolution and just ran with it. Long story short, did you? Somebody opened up a portal? It must have been magic.
Strange. I'm gonna turn my light. Hold on, I can save up. Hmm. Interesting.
I can never tell who won, to be honest with you. I'll just be waiting to see what they got to say.
They won. They won the first
Okay.
round.
Okay.
At the top of the screen where the timer is,
Hmm.
that orange square that you see, that's
Uh-huh.
them. On our side, it's gonna be blue.
Is it now? This is the reason why I couldn't tell. On top of the names glow the color that you are.
What color is it for you?
It's blue over here. Not my color, but I'm looking at everybody else's name. Like your name is
No,
blue.
well, yeah, everybody's name is blue, but their health bar I can see and it's white.
The
I
health
can
bar is
see
white.
everyone's health bar.
See, I can't see everybody's health bar.
That's probably because I'm a healer.
Okay. So, but yeah, so the name, whatever the color of the name is, that's the, I guess, team you on, right?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, that's why I couldn't tell. So you say you're a gamer. What's your favorite game right now?
I'm sorry,
I said, so you say you're a gamer. What's your favorite game right now?
Marvel Rivals.
Marvel Rivals? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Um, I do also play this MOBA game called Predecessor. I'm about to get back into it because, from what I've seen, they've really put a lot of effort into making the game so much better.
Okay,
I'm probably gonna go heavily back into it.
okay.
They've added a lot of different and interesting things.
Okay. So my favorite game used to be um, DC Universe. I have a love-hate relationship with DC Universe.
Love hate.
Yeah, because if somebody was to ask me like, what's my favorite game, or do I fuck with any of the games, I would say not really. I
Mm.
would say it's because normally I like anything with a puzzle.
Oh, okay.
I like anything with a puzzle. It's because I can't stand doing something all day and feeling stupid when I'm done.
I feel you.
If that makes sense. I feel the
Mm-hmm.
same way about watching certain cartoons. I can't do it. I can't do it. Cartoons now, they're
Mm-hmm.
stupid. They're just stupid. Like SpongeBob, what?
Mm-hmm.
I mean the whole thing. I'm like, why the pirate? You know? Why a
Mm-hmm.
sponge? And a sponge, not a coral? Not a coral. Like I don't know. It's stupid. Stupid. I think yeah, it used to be DC Universe, but the only reason why DC Universe is because of the level of freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Like you played it before, right?
Yes, I have.
So it's just the level of freedom. Just being able to just go anywhere, fly anywhere,
Mm-hmm.
at your will.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel the same way about a game called Just Cause. Have you heard of it?
Just cause? No.
Yeah. It's the same way, in a way. In a way, it's not really superheroish. It's more like if James Bond was a Puerto Rican. I hate to say it, but I mean it is because he comes with all these gadgets and everything, but he has the deep, heavy accent and Spanish accent, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but he has all these gadgets.
Mm-hmm.
So you just think, okay, Aladdin, 007 or something.
What do you have, a hero or a villain on DC Universe?
Huh?
A hero or a villain on DC Universe?
So I mainly stick with being a hero, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it fits everything that I am
Mm-hmm.
in reality. But I have dabbled over on the villain side just because out of curiosity. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not impressed. So hero all day. What about you?
I haven't played much of it. Um, when I did play it, I did start out as a villain because the friends I was playing with was the same, and I think in order for us to do the same missions, we all have to be villains.
Mhm.
They were helping me with the first few missions that I needed to do.
That game is better with others, but the problem with it is, which I don't know, I'm not really too surprised,
Mm,
is that it's the same thing with shows. It's like any type of movie or anything television show that you watch. It's kind of like mocking reality,
mm-hmm.
and I feel like people are people. It doesn't matter if they have a digital avatar or not. People are people.
Sure.
So there's a lot of trolls on there. Long story short,
Mm,
you know what I mean? If somebody be trolling somebody, right?
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know if you've been on there lately, but it's like it's not worth it. And the reason why it's not worth it is because, like I said before, I like if I'm playing something, I want my mind to be stimulated too. And
Mm,
just in case somebody's like, "Well, there's no puzzles in Marvel Rivals,"
mm-hmm.
the way I play is sort of like a puzzle within itself. Like I said, I'm calculated, so
Mm-hmm.
every shot I make is intentional. It's very purposeful. I'm not just like I'm not just shooting randomly. Like I'll try to shoot where I feel like a person's gonna be next.
Mm-hmm.
Calculated. You understand? So it becomes a puzzle for me, because of the way I play. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be playing this. I play Naraka Blade Point because they had a match 3 puzzle on there, but
Baraka Blade Point. I think I've played that one with my friend too.
yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not for your average. Like if you're not a gamer,
Yeah,
because it really takes skill.
it does. But I am also a Fortnite player, so it wasn't very hard for me to catch on to.
Yeah. hmm
Where are you?
I love it though
Oh,
because that's another
you
thing.
going for
This,
the health pack?
you said what?
You going for the health pack?
Yeah, I'm trying to find some help. Um,
Right here.
um, yeah, but at DC Universe, it just became it's not worth it. Like I said, there's if I'm playing a game, it has to be mentally stimulating. Like I don't know if you remember the old school Tomb Raider.
You cut out for a second.
Oh my bad. What's the last thing you heard?
I heard you say, I don't know if you know, then you cut out.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you know about the old school Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider.
Man, they are on it.
Yeah, they came out with
They,
cheese, that's why they won. They had three heroes.
yeah, they are. I guess. What's with this new costume of Deadpool?
The main outfit.
Yeah, it's like he has a tail now. What is that about?
It's just a fucking Gunner costume. They're
Oh, okay.
fucking idiots.
So it's he's cosplaying then.
hmm
Okay.
Deadpool is just that character.
Yeah, I figured he's goofy, but I was like, I never seen him do all that.
Oh yeah.
Um. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the lobby. Anyway, yeah, I was like, I don't know if you know about the old school like Tomb Raider. Have you played Tomb Raider?
I have not.
Okay. So, and you may have not. You may be real about that. So, it's nothing now.
Mhm.
Well, then I don't know. You might like it. Do you like games with puzzles?
With puzzles, like literal actual puzzles, or things that you have to
Like,
figure out.
it can be, and when I say puzzles, I know people are like, well, can you specify? I mean, like anything that's going to be mentally stimulating. It can be an environmental puzzle. It
hmm
can be as simple as a match 3,
Yeah.
but nothing as simple as Pac-Man.
Okay.
Like I would get bored. I get bored really easy. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, like trivia.
I know
Yeah,
trivia.
trivia, because that can be a puzzle too.
Yeah.
So yeah, like anything with
I
puzzles.
I play this game called Catan. Um, I play it with my friend all the time. It's spelled Catan. So it's basically a game of like there's an entire board of different how do I put it? How do I put it? There's like different sections on the entire board. Each section has like either gold or silver or food or wood. And everyone on the board, you could play with up to six people. You roll a dice. Whatever number the dice falls on is what is it? The number that um you move to on the board, and whatever you pick up is resources that you get. Now with those resources, you can outplay your teammates. You can put up buildings, and the goal is basically to fucking outplay them and win the match by either having the most buildings, because getting more, the more buildings you have, the more points that you get. You build up the points, and you draw on different cards. Different cards give you different perks and everything.
Okay.
It's very strategic. I'm not sure how to put it. It's
No,
almost like
that
I'm
does
trying to
sound
compare it
strategic.
to.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out something to compare it to. Um, how did we even get into it? What did we compare it to? Um, almost like a card game.
Like Magic Gathering, maybe.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's strategy. I'm back and forth on is strategy a puzzle. I guess it depends on how you play it.
Yes. I think you'd like it. I'm gonna see if I have a gameplay of it. I could just send a gameplay.
Yeah, because I'm back and forth about you know
Mm.
because some like I said I guess I would say when people are like, oh, but I thought you like puzzles. I mean, I do, but I don't like simple puzzles, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I know where you're going. I know what you mean when you say mentally stimulating. That's
Yeah.
why I brought it up.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
pretty
Okay.
much what it is.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Because I'll get bored, man. I can't stand feeling dumb. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's hours I wasted with my life. But there hasn't been any games that I've seen yet that I've seen yet that's mentally stimulating in that way.
Oh,
Like I said, Naraka Blade Point is good, but again, I guess because the way I play it, it becomes
mm,
like I said, I'm a calculated player, so it becomes mentally stimulating. But the game itself, I think they only had like a match three
mm.
situation, and that was just because it was the event. And even match three, that's pretty basic as far as puzzles is concerned. So you can imagine,
Mm.
like I said, long story short, I don't really have anything that I find too exciting. I play these because growing up, all I did was play like fighting games. Like when I couldn't find nothing to, like when you can't find nothing to watch,
Mm.
and you just turn on your go-to.
Yep.
This is my go-to battle games.
Uh,
I just be like, well, there's nothing else, so that's whoop ass.
yeah.
Mm. I'm kind of surprised there's not many game creators out there. Like, there's not many new game creators, I guess.
Mm.
You would think since 2020, we would have had a spark of creativity and imagination. We spend so much time inside, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You think people be like, oh, and I can do this and then this. Nope.
Right.
I think a lot of people are starting not to care. That's really what it is.
Mhm.
Which I kind of
That.
don't blame them. I'm gonna tell you what was booming though. 2020. This whole streamer thing. That's what really took off.
Yep. I wish I could hop on the bandwagon when it was the right time to do it.
Yeah. I hopped on it like no other. I was like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me I don't know, but then, like I said, I'm already, if I'm calculated on the game, you already know I'm going to be calculated in life. And the first thing I thought was, wait, everybody's at home?
Mhm.
So I was like, oh, well, this is the perfect time then. So I came out with my podcast, and I don't know, I was doing all types of things
I
on my.
wish I was that focused back then. I don't know. I think my life was just in a different place. My mind was in a different place.
It's okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. The whole purpose, we're, oh, we won that. That's good. I just noticed that. The whole purpose of that whole 2020 thing, despite the stupidity that was going on in the world, right? Like when the whole thing happened, everybody went out and got toilet paper. I still don't understand that, dude.
What the fuck was that gonna
I
accomplish?
Man, when I tell you when that happened, I had mixed feelings in the sense of I didn't know whether to laugh
Mm.
or to be sad because I was like, wait, humanity, what's going on? Why toilet paper? And people were fighting over it. Do you remember that?
Mhm. I do.
I mean, getting into brawls, just like we fighting on here. They was like going in. I'm like, wow. And I tried to make sense out of it. I was like, well, they feel like they're gonna be blowing their nose a lot. And I'm like, wait, what? Why not Kleenex? And even then, it's almost like a self fulfilling prophecy. You said, well, I know I'm gonna get it, so I might as well. And I'm like, wait, but toilet paper? Why not herbs? I would think that people will go crazy on cough syrup. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But nope, toilet paper. That was that was the go to. So I feel like the whole purpose is what I was trying to say is we were supposed to be reflecting. Because when you think about, like I said, me being big on numbers, right? 2020, you relate that to 2020 vision.
Mm.
You feel me? So we should have been reflecting. We should have been looking in the mirror. Are we
Yeah,
happy
and
with our
if a lot
lives?
more people were prone to the virus,
You think a lot more people were prone to it?
yes. A lot of people that I know lost a lot of people to it.
Yeah. Even I did. I lost my uncle.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear.
Yeah. But then when I look at the pattern, and I'm not judging, remember, just you'll figure this out. I mean, if the longer we talk,
Hmm.
um, that I'm big on observation, not judgment or opinions.
Hmm.
But through my observation, most of the people that were going, their health wasn't really up to par.
That is true.
So it made me, and I'm not saying, oh, they should have went or they should have died. No, nobody. I don't think anybody deserves that type of death. I don't think, yeah, we all got to go, but live well, die well. You ain't got to go like that, is all I'm saying.
Mm.
And, but I feel like a lot of people, what we should have been doing instead of whatever, is either reflecting or going out and trying to focus on healing.
Going out?
Yeah, like going out in the sense of not literally, but going out in the sense of like
Because
even
you
though there
said
was a lot of people that
out.
was out.
I'm like, sir, we had a curfew.
Right. And believe it or not, though, there was a lot of people that were still out. People still finding ways to go to after hours and different club like spots and house parties. I was like, are you serious?
Oh, wow.
Mm.
Hey, man.
I mean, I kind of get it too, though. See, I feel like that's both a blessing and a curse when it because I study a lot of sociology, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's a blessing and a curse because I understand where people are coming from,
Mm-hmm.
even though I kind of would rather not understand where they're coming from.
Mm.
Like I said, the toilet paper thing, I get they were like, oh, self fulfilling prophecy. I feel like I'm going to get it anyway, so I might as well be stacked up because I'm going to need a lot of tissue and toilet paper anyway. We're going to be inside, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, I get that, but I'm like, I wish I didn't get it because it's still stupid to me. Why not focus on healing? So going back to what you were saying, you did right. You were reflecting. I feel like 2020, like I said before, if you were reflecting, you did your part. You did what you were supposed to be doing, and you were. Most of us didn't have no choice.
So that was when I really got into gaming super hard. I was playing this game called Shinobi Strikers back then because I'm an anime head too.
Yeah. What do you
And
think about NTE?
hmm,
Sorry, NTE, Neverness to Everness.
I haven't seen that.
No, 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 no. It's not a show. It's a game.
MTE. I haven't seen it.
Yeah. I
Okay.
play it from time to time.
What's it about?
So okay, and I'll create like I'm what is it called? Digital creator, content creator. I'm a content creator for real, for real. Like there's this thing called Sakai. Sorry, I'm going into what it's about. But I have to say this first. This thing called Sakai where you can create your own games and stuff, right?
Hmm.
Anyway, through AI, blah blah blah, whatever. And I could have
Hmm.
sworn this is why I'm going into this. I had created a game because I'm big on X Men. I had created a game where Tara, I don't know if are you familiar with her
Hera. Um, from DC.
from X Men, the X Men universe. She's
No.
rare, so if you're not familiar with her, I mean, I get it because she's very rare,
Hmm.
and they went to sleep on her too. So I mean, I don't know, but have you heard of her? If you haven't, that's fine.
I haven't. I have heard the name recently.
Yeah. So Tara, um, which is pretty much in the name, right?
Hmm.
If you know what tarot cards is, you pretty much know what she does. But
Yes.
she pretty much brings them to life, though. So it's more than just her picking a card, right?
Uh-huh.
Like if she does like nine of swords, then a bunch of swords starts attacking her enemies,
Uh-huh.
type of
Wow.
ordeal. The only thing I don't like about her is that, but then again, it's tarot cards, is that she deals with the devil card.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's the only thing I'm not really too crazy about. Although I created her on DC Universe,
Hmm.
and instead of the devil card, I made her channel, which for obvious reasons, Source or Holy Spirit
Hmm.
instead to kind of wipe out enemies. Anyway, so that being said, I created a game on Sakai to where she does investigations, checking out anomalies.
Uh-huh.
But in order for her to do so, she has to crack a numerology puzzle, find the meanings, all of that. So it becomes like a trivia, blah blah, plus calculation.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I say all that to say that that's kind of what that game is trying to be. I
Uh-huh.
thought it was funny, and the reason why I brought that up is because I feel like there's nothing new under the sun. So instead of them trying to create something on their own,
Hmm.
they literally, I feel like, especially with this AI stuff, they literally was like, oh, okay, well, let's see what everybody else is into. Let's see what everybody else is trying to create. Let's see what everybody else, and let's just go off of that and just call it our own. And I feel like that's what they did with NTE. So you going around and you're basically a supernatural investigator, sort of like what I created on Sakai. A supernatural investigator, but they took numerology out. But what's weird, and the reason why I brought it up, is that they have a lot of dice and references to numbers in the game.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so you can imagine I have a love hate relationship with them too. I'm like, come on, come up with your own ideas, man. Because
Hmm.
if you, again, maybe later or the longer we talk, you'll see. If you see the game that I created it before NTE or Neverness to Everness came out, and then all of a sudden they came out with the game this year.
Oh.
And I had created this concept right
Uh-huh.
in the beginning of the year, and they came up with the game April. So I'm just like, okay,
Huh.
all right.
I mean, the only way you could have. like ever avoided something like that is by what is it called? Um oh my god, what is it called? When
Copyright.
you yes, that.
I thought about that too, but then where I feel like, and I thought about all that, but I feel like they got us. And when I say us, I mean like other content creators. There's people that call themselves content creators,
Mm-hmm.
and they really just stream live or they do IRLs in real life type thing.
Oh.
But I'm like, no, you're not really a content creator. They're like, yeah, I am because I'm making videos. I'm like, you're not doing anything. You haven't created nothing. You haven't like created something from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you're kind of just vibing on screen. Anyway, but yeah, I thought about that. I was like, I could get a copyright, but they have a there's loopholes to all this stuff, right? And their loophole is you're partnering you're partnering up with AI.
Oh.
So technically, they can say, well, you didn't create it yourself. You had help. And because you had help through our app, through our AI service. So therefore, we own the rights to whatever you create on our app.
Right.
Yeah. I hope that didn't sound too complicated, but
Mm.
basically, it's like if you were working for Disney, which that was my first job, by the way. If you were working for Disney and they told us this in orientation,
Disney?
huh? Huh?
You work for Disney?
Yeah, that was my very first job. Isn't that crazy?
Wow. How was that?
It was okay. I'm gonna get a little whimsical, but that's how the best way for me to explain it. Because I came from Topeka, Kansas,
Oh.
and when you think about Wizard of Oz, just to kind of paint a picture for you, right? And then from that, going to Disney, Walt Disney World, and Orlando, Florida at that. So it felt magical and theatrical at the same time, and not real. But I still will go work for like if somebody said, "Well, you work for yourself. Would you ever go back to 9 to 5s?" Yes, if it's a recreational park like Disney, Six Flags, and all that. So I talk shit, but it is my I don't know. They have my heart now. It's my favorite form of any type of 9 to 5 that there is, and it's because it's a whole experience. So yeah, the experience was cool. It was like I said, magical and theatrical and a little bit unbelievable at the same time.
That's
But
what's
you got to
up.
think, like I said, I came from Topeka, Kansas, so everything just.
Mm.
You think about coming from black and white and stepping into color, is what it felt like. You know?
Was it overwhelming at any point?
No. Oh, we nice. We won that. Not overwhelming. Um, well, I guess no, not overwhelming because I was going to say my family had needed me at one point, so I had to stop the job and leave and go tend to them type of a deal. Which honestly, if I had a choice, I would have never done that. I would have never done that because when I went to Disney, the first thing I thought was, "Oh, this is my shot." Because I feel like
Mm.
most of us have dreamed about being a star at one point, right?
We do.
And especially if you're part of the LGBTQ. And so for me, I was like, "Oh, this is my shot. I could possibly get into Disney World. I'm not Disney World, Disney show, Disney Channel. I mean,
Mm.
and then work my way from there, type of a deal. And I feel like they even had like auditions and different talent shows and all that. But then the more I looked at it, back to that observation, the more I was like, nah. If they really wanted talent. They were scouted out. So overwhelming, no, because I after a while I kind of got what it was about.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this though, but I'm like this on anything. I'm not calling myself Scooby Doo, but I do like a good mystery. I'm just saying. I know that's corny, but that's how I feel. And apparently, there's so much secrets to Walt Disney World, especially in Orlando, that not many people are aware of. Like, there's a whole underground situation going on.
Oh, sure. Those are things you're not supposed to know.
I know, I know, I know. I'm not supposed to know, but I'm telling you, I be knowing a lot of things that I probably shouldn't be knowing. Even as a kid, I've
Mm-hmm.
always knew. My problem was I knew too much. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I never really investigated. So I'm not.
Oh no, I promise you. If you'd ever try to investigate it, you'd turn up missing.
I know I would. That's the reason why I'm not stupid. I'm it's like I just be knowing too much. That's all. I just be knowing too much. Like even here, New York, there's a whole underground situation going on the 42nd.
Oh yeah.
You know, did you know that Roosevelt had a secret train system?
No, did not. Did you?
Hmm. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna do more research because I kind of like block some of that stuff out because I'm like, if I'm never gonna, it's good to know, but I guess if I'm never gonna research, go as far as to finding it out, I'm not gonna. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm not gonna go to the underground situation. Like I'm not gonna go,
Yeah,
especially not,
exactly.
yeah, like with some flashlight or something just because I'm curious. No, I'm good with just knowing it's there. Um, apparently he couldn't walk and he kept it a secret for the longest time.
Oh wow.
So that's why he had an underground situation, train system. I said, shut up. I said, that would explain why that man was always sitting down. I mean, always in the car, when he was doing the parade. Like, he was never just like standing up type. I'm like, ain't that some.
Mm,
And is it just me? Random thought. Obama. What do you think about his name?
I don't.
I know, right? He said, ah,
Listen, I'm just being honest.
yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Um, but yeah, that's all. I just think his name is weird. That's all.
It is. I've never heard a name like that before.
Not even reading too much into it, I just think it's weird. I'm like, wait a minute. Osama bin Laden, Obama? I'm like,
I see
okay.
what you did there.
Yeah, you see what I mean? Like, I'm like,
Uh-huh.
and I don't want to go too deep into it. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm like, if I find out some stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be pissed. Michelle, she's definitely black, you know. But yeah, I just, it's why I be chilling solo dolo because I'm like,
Yeah, I feel you there.
I am heavy into magic though. Like I said, the whole spiritual alchemy and all that. But
Mm.
that's because I feel like, are you Puerto Rican or are you black? Are you Dominican?
I'm black and Indian.
Black and Indian? Nice. So you understand then.
Uh-huh.
Being brown skinned in this world,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So I be telling my people, y'all better learn magic or something or find something. Anything.
Yep.
People out here be tripping, man.
This is true. This is true.
Anyway, on a lighter note, what's your favorite color?
Color?
Hmm.
Um, royal blue. Uh, purple.
Nice.
More on the magenta side.
Okay. So my favorite color is indigo.
Oh, nice.
And when people say, that's why I said nice when you said royal blue and purple, because it's, I mean, basically put those colors together and you have indigo. But if some, what were you about to say?
No, I just said yep.
So if somebody was to ask me though, why do I like those colors? I mean, why do I like indigo? Because it used to be my favorite color was rainbow, legit, rainbow and black. I know it's weird because black is like the opposite of colors, right? Or the absence
Hmm.
of color,
Right.
which is just a shade, not a color even. And rainbow is all colors. But I like the, I don't know, I like the contrast, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So for the longest time, like that was my favorite color, um, or colors. And then it went to indigo because it reminds me of the night sky,
Uh-huh.
and it's dreamy. So the night sky, because I think about the universe,
Mm,
and I'm like, you can't. I mean, when you think about the universe, you got all colors in there anyway. I don't know. So
true.
yeah. Anyway, why royal blue?
Because
Why royal blue is just pretty,
I look good in it.
and purple too.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah. So just because it's a dreamy color, that's all. That's why I like it.
Pretty much.
So that means you don't be going to. You're a homebody. You don't really like the club scene too much, huh?
Um, I don't not like it. Um, there was a point, I think like a year or two ago, where I was at the club a lot because my mom and my aunt, they were always partying, and they would they like to drag me with them.
Mm.
I think they're just at this point in their life where I guess they can just let loose. They don't really have much else to worry about. So they were clubbing a lot, and they'd have me tag along.
That's real. I can see that.
So by choice, I am a homebody,
Yeah,
but
that's real.
I'm not like an introvert or anything.
You don't consider yourself an introvert?
No, I can be social.
Okay. Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with being a homebody. I'm just be asking. I'm just asking. I kind of get it. But remember, like I said, I study sociology, so I get a lot of things when it comes to human behavior,
Yeah,
especially in this day and age. Like, I can see why being an introvert, or not saying you are. I'm just saying I can see why being an introvert would be attractive. Like, why would somebody want to do that in this day and age? You know what I'm saying? I can see why they would want to.
yep, especially today.
Like, you're not really missing anything out there.
Absolutely not.
But yeah. So that means you're not really into politics.
um, I don't know much about it. Like, I'm not deep into it, but um, whatever research or whatever surface on it that I scratch, I try to grasp an understanding for it, but I don't like dive super deep into it.
Yeah, you won't want to anyway. To be honest with you,
No,
like the further you go into that rabbit hole, man, you be like, man, people are sick.
yeah, just the little surface that I scratched have shown me that.
I believe it started off with pure intentions.
Did they? Did they really though?
Well, when I say start, I mean just the thought. Their actions became shit. The thought of, oh, we should be able to do this together, or let's progress together. That's really what that was the thought. But then it turned into, oh, these people are like not putty at our hands. What is that called? Like wrapped around our fingers type shit.
Um,
I don't know. You get what I'm saying though. It's like they feel like people are naive or something. So they go, oh, well, we're gonna tell you we're gonna promise this
yep.
and we're gonna
I get what
promise
you're
that.
saying.
You said what?
No, I say yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. They're like, we're gonna make all these empty promises and go out and vote to which one of us horrible, horrible candidates is the lesser evil that you want to be your leader. Stupid. But realistically, I don't know. I feel like if the animal kingdom can come together and create some stuff, like don't get me, like the ant colony alone, if they can come together and create some stuff, we can too. But they're not. It's whatever. So yeah, I'm not big on politics either.
This is because most of these politicians are just focused on filling their pockets rather than actually being for the people.
You damn right.
Even if even if they start out with the right intentions, as you say, I feel like once they get in there and they get a feel of how they can manipulate the system and make it so that they benefit heavily, regardless of how much they fuck the people over, they're gonna do it.
Yeah. The power goes to their head. But that's that's the same thing with magic though. It's like there's a reason why it was it's considered to be secretive. Like there's not people like they're back and forth between saying, "Oh well, is magic a fairy tale or is magic real?" And I'm like, "No, it's real, but it's not. It's not. It shouldn't be easy access for just anybody because not a, like with great power comes great responsibility. Not everybody can handle that. You
That
see
is
how they act
true.
with
That is
politics.
true. That is true.
I mean, you see how they acting with politics alone. Like they're not going to be able to handle having all that power. Are you kidding me? Even me, even like I'm not saying I'm greater than whatever, because I get in my modes where I'd be like, you know what, I can shut this place down. But I'm like, no, 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 no. But I stop myself. You feel me?
Mm.
I stop myself because I'm like, nah, nah. I made a promise. I made a promise to Source. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But
I don't
I
know.
don't
I
know.
always felt like, and you're right. It's not for everyone. It shouldn't be for everyone.
Yeah,
I honestly feel like if the entire planet had access to like if the supernatural world existed with our world and everyone had access to some type of supernatural ability, I feel like we'd have more villains than actual heroes.
you damn right.
And
It'd
the
be chaos.
Yep.
You damn right about that. It'd be chaos. And you know what's crazy? Even the people who don't necessarily have power, but has figured out a way to even get. a taste of it, abuse it. Like that Ed Buck situation I was talking about.
Mhm.
He was actually giving money to politicians and mayors and all of that. He was giving money to them.
Mm.
And I'm not talking just obviously not like just $100. He was giving over 500, over 1,000, over
Mm.
And what's fucked up is I figured it out. I figured out why he was doing that as I was watching a little documentary. Right, things they don't say,
Right.
reading between the lines. Right, he was trying to protect himself. It was a shield.
Mm. I see.
It was a shield. So that's what I mean by even for the people who don't have the power, but they get a taste of it. For him, the
Mhm.
taste was, oh, if anything was to go down as he was killing our people, right? If anything was to go down because of all this money and these donations that I put towards these mayors of my
Mhm.
city, I'm safe.
I mean, sometimes that don't even work out in their favor
It
because
doesn't, because after a while, he got caught up. He got caught up, but that's because he kept killing over and over again. Idiot. I mean, I'm not saying killing the first time was a good. I'm just saying like he just they kept going back to that same man's apartment.
yeah, well, sometimes it doesn't necessarily have to be like killing. Because an example is, at least from what I heard, when Mr. Trump was running for presidency, and Elon Musk was donating all of his money to his campaign, like hundreds of millions and shit, was simply to protect himself and make sure that he would benefit more than anything else. And then at some point during Trump's term, he wrote some policy that fucking affected Tesla in a very negative way, and they just became, I don't I wouldn't necessarily say enemies, but they were bumping heads because of it. And that just goes to say, like, even with the money and you trying to protect yourself and shit, it doesn't always go your way.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see that. And definitely it didn't go as I mean, but there's this thing called karma too.
Mm-hmm.
And which is kind of funny. Some people don't believe in karma. I'm like, it's not a belief system. I'm like, you go around hitting people, eventually you're gonna get hit back.
Right.
Like somebody's gonna say stop, hit you back. So I feel like that's kind of what happens with that whole power and greed thing.
Right.
They end up crossing each other. So I can definitely
I
see that.
agree.
I just kind of
Alright.
stay in my
Well,
lane and call it a day.
it was nice to cyber meet you. I am about to call it a night because I do have a few errands to run tomorrow and I gotta be up early.
All right, no problem. I guess just hit
Yeah.
me up whenever you want to chat. Or you say you stay in the Bronx. I
What's
stay
your
in the Bronx
schedule like?
too.
What's your work schedule like? Like, when are you
Um,
off? When do you have free time?
so I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I'm off.
Overnight?
Yeah, so I work
Uh-huh.
daytime and graveyard shift.
Okay.
So I'll be up. But
How
yeah, Monday,
isn't that
Tuesday,
annoying
Wednesday,
working
and
two different shifts?
huh?
Isn't that annoying working two different shifts?
Not when you love what you do.
Oh, true. Okay.
Like I have a passion. My two passions is art and spirituality.
Uh,
So this is the spiritual side.
okay. I hear you. That's what's up.
Yeah, so I do that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday I chose to be off and rest.
Okay.
But like I said, you stay in the Bronx, so I mean, eventually, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to go to a park or something. Do you smoke?
Yeah, yeah. Weed? Yes,
Uh-huh.
occasionally. Yes.
Okay, so yeah, we'll do something like that or something, I guess. Eventually,
You do?
but,
Are you
yeah, I
intentionally
do.
a
Well,
smoker?
I'm Rastafarian, so
Yeah.
like that's
I
one
guess
of our
that
main things.
comes with the territory.
Yeah, and if people
Okay.
say, well, because I had this white lady say, well, are you just Rastafarian because you just want to have an excuse to smoke? I said, no, being Rastafarian, like we use weed to help us stay connected to our higher self.
Mm, okay.
That's it. That's all. To stay calm, so we don't go off on people and shit. So many reasons. But anyway, you have a good night.
You as well.
And
I
like,
will hit you up.
yeah, whenever you see me online, just hit me up. I'll be
Okay, I got you.
all right.
All right. Good night.
You know.